Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Communication Bites. We've been talking about supporting communication at home. Supporting communication, especially for our complex communicators, is a little bit like eating an elephant, and that's why we are taking it one bite at a time. This is bite number 3, so let's talk about our bites so far. We talked about starting small. The most important thing is not that you do it, not that you do all of it, not that you do it perfectly, but that you do it, period. Anywhere you can start is fantastic. Start with just one thing, start with just one word. Don't worry about getting it all at once, because remember, it's like an elephant. The next thing we talked about was starting with core. Core is those words that are essential and foundational to our communication. There's about 200 to 300 words that make up 80% of what we say. Core gives us the most bang for our buck. Fringe vocabulary are those extra vocabulary words. They're mostly nouns. They're activity specific. And combining core with fringe is probably going to be your best bet, because core will get you through activities, across activities, any activity. And fringe is really the more motivating, the more desirable actions that will get your kids' attention. So here's our next bite. Bite number 3 is model, model, model. And in the immortal words of Dr. Seuss, say I like these words. I do. I like them. Yes, it's true. And I would model in a boat, and I would model with a goat. And I will model in the rain and in the dark and on a train and in a car and in a tree. They are so great, you see. So I will model with a fox, and I will model in a house, and I will model in a box, and I will model with a mouse, and I will model here and there. Say I will model anywhere. I do so like these words I see. So let's model, you and me. Modeling is the idea that we teach before we test. It's really easy to get caught in the trap of asking our kids question after question after question. What color is it? What's your name? What's that? What are you doing? What do you see? And that's really not what communication is about. It's the easiest way to find out what they know, but communication really starts with teaching. It starts with me telling them what they see. So a good rule of thumb is 5 comments for every question. So if you're playing blocks with them, instead of saying, what are you doing? What do you see? You could sit down next to them and pick up a block and say, oh, hey, I got the red block. I'm going to put it on top of the blue block. Which block will you get? And remember that for infants, we talk to them constantly for a whole year before we even expect them to say one word. And that's for our children who pick up on verbal communication easily. For our students who need visual support, who need icons, who may need a communication device, they're going to need to see those icons, those visual supports, and that communication device for just as long before they really get a good handle on it. This is not something where we can give it a try for a couple of weeks and then decide it's not working, so we're going to move on to something else. Our kids really need to see us using whatever system they have. It takes the pressure off. And when you take the pressure off of the communication exchange, then you get to have fun with your kid gets to have fun, and you can really focus on building the relationship, which honestly is what communication is all about. Don't worry if they're paying attention while you're modeling. That's not the point. If they are, that's fantastic. And if they're not, maybe they'll be paying attention next time. So we can also stop worrying about telling the kids, look at me, watch this, look here. Just do it. And keep modeling. Like we said, it's going to take a while, and that's okay. We're going to keep modeling, keep modeling, keep modeling. So here is a video that is, modeling is often called aided language stimulation. That's the really fancy technical term for it. It really just means modeling. Let's take a look. So even though that video was really focused on a device, it goes for any communication system. It goes for verbal communication, it goes for icon exchange, it goes for core boards, as well as for the more high-tech devices. So for this week and for this month and for this year, the focus should be model, 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 model. We've got more ideas coming up next. We'll see you next time.